Julie, good afternoon. How are you?
Good afternoon, I'm fine.
Good. Okay, we've got Deborah here. I'm here. Preston's on the screen. Okay, good afternoon, everybody. The meeting is declared open.
Afternoon. Good afternoon.
We don't have any visitors as such. We have done the record of attendance. There are no apologies, no approved leaves of absence. There are no applications for leave of absence. There's no notified declarations of interest. We have no public questions. I have no announcements. We don't have any presentations, or deputations. So we come down to the minutes, confirming the minutes of the previous meeting held on the 29th of April last month. Somebody moved that we received the minutes of the last meeting. Preston, okay. Preston, Julie, all okay? Yeah, right. Can we have some? We also have the Audit and Risk Committee and what's its new name? Audit, Risk and Improvement Committee meeting on the 29th of April. That was the Audit Committee meeting's new name. Could somebody move that we confirm the minutes of the Audit and Risk Committee?
No.
Okay, well, Deborah, Preston, all okay? Now, the next one is the Council Investment, the Chief Executive Officer report. I think the biggest thing in the Chief Executive Officer report is at the end of this month, we're going to stop using an accounting system called Synergy, and we'll be migrating across to Council's First. And David's time has very much been tied up in making sure that that happens in a way that doesn't cause any grief and it works well. And there's been a lot of negotiation and management of that process. So unless there's something else in that calendar you want to talk about, David, are you comfortable with that?
I think looking at the investment report, it's pretty well.
Hang on, are we on your report or are we on the?
Yeah, we probably jump on it. So the investment register will pass that in the first instance.
Okay, the investment register is pretty straightforward. It's on the same trajectory that it's been for the majority of the year. The investments are held in the same places that they always are. Once again, the interest rates have been very favourable, so that's worked out well and they've been well managed. So could somebody move that we receive the investment report for April? Julie, Joylene seconded. All okay?
Yeah.
Okay, the Chief Executive Officer report, that's going back over that. As I say, David's done a lot of work. Payment by employee credit card. Okay, payment by employees, purchasing cards. I've been through those line by line with David in the last day or so. There's nothing in there that requires explanation. Everything looks pretty straightforward. It's almost all the expenditure is travel related, either airline tickets or accommodation or transfers between accommodation and airlines. So there's nothing there that I think is unusual or out of the ordinary. So could somebody move that we receive the credit card report from the employee's credit card report? Deborah, you got a seconder for that?
Yeah.
Joylene, all okay?
Yeah.
Right with that person? Yeah, good.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, the Chief Executive Officer report, going back for that one. As I say, it's really been about the move from the existing accounting system to the new accounting system. There was one minor problem where the people who held our records in the existing system didn't want to maintain them or have them accessible going forward. That looks like it's been resolved satisfactorily. So is there anything else you want to remark on in that CEO report.
No, I think the report pretty well covers it all. But like I said, the changeover of the system has required us for accounting boarding reasons that we maintain the existing / old system for a period of 12 months at this stage. So that's to fulfill our auditing requirements and potential questions or queries made by the auditors.
Okay, could we have somebody move that we receive the CEO report?
Yeah, move.
Preston, Deborah, all okay?
Yeah.
The resolution register? Now, the resolution register is the report that we receive on council resolutions and where they're up to in terms of being actioned. Everything at this stage is required to have been completed, has been completed satisfactorily. So council needs to resolve to accept that report and confirm that it's accurate. So could somebody move that we confirm that the resolutions are complete and that's an accurate record? Yeah, do we got a seconder there?
Yeah.
Deborah,
Yep.
all okay?
Yeah.
Yep.
The next one is, next month is the month that we have the National Local Government Conference that David, Preston and I will be attending. So we're going to change the council meeting date to bring it forward to Wednesday, the 17th of June. Same time, same place, but just it's going to be the second week of the month rather than the last week of the month. I don't think there's anything complicated about that. So could somebody move that we change the date of the meeting from the 24th and bring it back to the 17th of June for next month? Do we have somebody move, please?
Yep.
Joylene, Deborah, all okay? Yeah. Now, the next one is the risk management policies. This is the item where risk management policies, these are the series of items that were endorsed in the Audit and Risk Committee. Yeah. So the Audit and Risk Committee from last month has adopted the risk management policies and the risk management strategy review and recommended them to council for adoption. So could somebody move that the council adopts by absolute majority the updated risk management and policy and audit and risk improvement charter policy as per the Audit and Risk Committee and Improvement Committee's recommendation. We got these last month. That was the work that was done by Richard. What was his name?
A lot of it was based on update requirements issued, or basically draft policies developed by Walter.
Yeah.
To comply with current legislation, or the changes in the legislation.
Okay, do we have somebody move that we adopt the policies?
Yeah, move.
Deborah, Preston, all okay?
Yeah.
Thank you. The risk management review strategy, do you want to say anything about that one, David? Yeah.
As per the audit, this we reviewed it there to bring it in line, and that was through engaging 70 and led by review that had been bring it in line with the audit risk and improvement.
Right. Could have somebody move that the Audit Risk and Improvement Committee's recommendations that the council by absolute majority adopt the updates to the risk management strategy, which is the implementation of the risk policy. Preston, all okay? You got a second to Deborah? All okay?
Yeah, all okay. Yes.
Okay, thank you. The council has a series of policies. And that's what this report does. It's presenting these to council. The first one is largely, these are updated or reviewed policies. Communication essentially in this one, the 1.6, which is who speaks on behalf of the Shire. If we have an approach from somebody wanting somebody to speak on behalf of the council, that is the president's role. All inquiries go through the CEO, so things are not said that the CEO is not aware of and vice versa. So it also strengthens the guidance. Things these days, social media, what you do on Facebook or TikTok and those kinds of things never used to be an issue, and they probably still largely aren't an issue for us, but going forward in the future with other councillors and different arrangements, it could be. Personal statements. There's a particular councillor at the city of Cal Boulder who makes lots of personal statements. I think he causes a few headaches down there. So this manages personal statements, record keeping. They have what they call FOI, which is freedom of information. So if somebody wants to have a look at something in the council records about a decision, I mean, the minutes are up online. So if they want to ask a question that's not publicly available, the process is for them asking for that information and who they approach and how they go about it. The second one is elected member professional development. Now, all the councillors have done the required statutory member training. That's that 2-day training, 3-day training that everybody went through. There are where opportunities provide things like the attendance of the National Assembly of Local Government is included in this professional development or training. As Tanya's pointed out, which is great. So that's what that deals with, just the suite of professional development. Managing public question time is not something we deal with a lot, but basically there's two ways you can deal with that. You can have a member of the public ask a question, and if there's enough information to provide an answer that you do. If you can't provide the answer because you don't have the information, you do what is called take the question on notice, and that's I'll get back to you and I'll find out and get back to you. But it's not something that we deal with a lot. Committees, we only really operate with one committee because we are a small shire, and that's the Audit Risk and Improvement Committee. So this policy also is updated to allow for the appointment of the independent chair to a council committee, which we have. Attendance at events. This is one where if you attend an event as a councillor, then that's endorsed by the council, and if there are costs associated with that and it's approved by the council, the records and the waiver tickets and payment and approval processes are dealt with. Disturbances at council meetings. Council meetings have to be orderly affairs and conducted properly. So this last one deals with disturbances at council meetings, which is not something we've had to deal with in the past. So could somebody move that we, by a simple majority, adopt these policies? Thank you, Julie. Could we have a seconder for that, Deborah? All okay?
Yeah.
All right, thank you. The operational reports are pretty much a table document unless you've got something you want to say there, David. Okay, could we have somebody move that we receive the action report for the operational services?
Yep.
Julie, Preston, all okay?
Yep.
Environmental Health Services, Eva's here today. She's working for us at the moment as a contractor. We haven't had the Environmental Health Services report for the last 2 meetings because we haven't had an officer in that position. So the next meeting there will be an officer's report going forward. So this one, as such, there is no report to adopt. Corporate and community services reports. Yeah, there's nothing there to deal with, is there, Dave? Yeah. So that's essentially what the payment listing. Yeah.
Probably the only one.
Sorry.
Probably the only ones that are out of the ordinary would be the mower, the slasher, and the new ATV used to tow the mower, which has proven to be a great success. When you look at the grass surrounding, or the area surrounding the office, how clean it is.
So essentially, you just have so much grass around here. You got fire risk if you do have grass, and doing it with a whippersnipper was just too time consuming. So it's just been much more effective to use the slasher, and going forward, that's fine. But outside of that, pretty much all of the major expenditure has again been with breakaways, councils are moving contractor. So we have somebody move that we received the report for April. The 921,551 was spent. Deborah, Julie, Joylene, all okay?
Yeah.
Okay. Monthly statement of financial activity for April is a document prepared by staff year to date on council's financial management. From what I can gather, we were on a good trajectory for the whole of the course of the year, and that remains the case for the final month. There's nothing there that you've got any concerns about either, David. I've discussed this at some length with David and with Max. All okay.
Looking really good.
I'm happy to recommend it for adoption by council. So could somebody move that we receive the monthly financial report for the period ending the 30th of April? Deborah, we got a seconder?
Good.
You all okay?
Yep.
Now, I don't have any new business of an urgent nature. I don't have any, we don't have any confidential items. The next meeting will be for the 17th of June. And yeah, I think that concludes the business for today. So thank you very much for your attendance. And we'll be all together in the same room on the 17th, which will be good.
Sounds good.
So, thank you, Preston. Good afternoon.
Thank you.
Thank you.
See you next time.
See you later.
Okay.
Okay. Good afternoon.